Hey, you guys, welcome and welcome back. So glad that you're here. We got another conversation we need to have real quick, and this one is, it's a little mind bending. It perplexed me a little bit, but first, be sure to like and subscribe so you can continue to catch the vibe. We have to have a conversation today about the past, okay? Looking behind you instead of looking ahead of you. And everybody says all those things about, you can't focus on the past. And even me lately in certain situations, I've been very adamant about being progressive and looking towards the future and being future focused. But, sometimes it's hard not to look back and see the ways that you wish something could have gone differently, or the ways that you wish you could have improved in a situation, right? So it dawned on me that it's not necessarily bad to look at the past or to dwell a little bit in the past. As always, y'all know, I never say anything without telling you guys that balance is going to be required in all of these conversations and situations, because too much of anything is excessive, okay? But sometimes it will help you to dwell a little bit in the past. Now, my main point of this video was to tell you guys that you never really should look behind you to an excessive degree. You should keep your eyes focused forward. When it comes to the goals that you want to achieve, you have to keep your eyes on the prize. You have to keep your eyes focused forward, especially in the aspects of competition, whether it's, viable competition or not. You never should focus on who's behind you or the past that you've left behind, because it could trip you up, to be honest with you. If you're thinking about, the people who run marathons or sprints, whether it's, something that's going to be quick or something that takes a long time. Anyone who runs a race, right? They're not going to benefit from looking behind them while they're running, because more than likely they're going to end up tripping and falling and busting their shit on the ground, okay? If you're driving, it's really not going to be beneficial for you to look behind you while you're driving. If you're constantly, hey, huh? Good, how you doing? If you're constantly looking behind you and focusing on your rearview mirror while you're driving, you will end up crashing, okay? It's not bad to look in your rear view if you feel some type of danger approaching. It's not bad to look at your side mirrors if you want to check the other lanes to see if it's safe for you to merge or to pivot or get over. But constantly looking in your rearview mirror is only going to lead you to a crash. So ultimately, if you're looking at the big picture of life, you never really should look behind you. More than likely, anything that's behind you is something that you've already surpassed or you've already overcome. A lot of times, your biggest haters are behind you, and they're yelling and screaming, ah, ah, they're trying to get your attention, waving their fist and shit behind you so that they can get your attention, so that you will either get distracted and trip and fall and they can catch up to you, or so that you turn around and lose ground in some way from where it is that you're going and what you're doing, right? But with all that being said, if you have this mindset where you are future focused and you are looking towards progress and you want to move forward, there are benefits to observing your past and temporarily checking behind you to make sure that your surroundings are safe. I always feel like, when they talk about there's somebody at 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, it's on your 3, it's on your 6, whatever, It's because you can't always see everything. And from the vantage point of forward-focused effort, you can't see the danger that could possibly be around you. But you also can't let that danger basically take over, or the possibility of that danger taking over. So what I want you guys to think about are the beneficial times or ways that looking towards or looking back at the past can benefit you, okay? The times where it will work in your favor. The times where looking behind you or looking to the past would work in your favor is if you want to find some type of clarity, okay? If you want to find some type of clarity in a situation that you're going through currently, in the current moment, and you look back at the past to see some type of familiar situations or reoccurring, patterns or habits, that could be beneficial for you to look at the past in that way. Because you may be like, there's some dots here and there's some dots here. And now if I look back on the past and see what's happened, I can connect these dots, right? That's a beneficial time to look back and see what the past has to offer as far as information. Also, a positive time to look back at the past if you're going through something where you need motivation or inspiration is to look back at the past to see how much you've overcome thus far. How far have you come up until now? How much have you accomplished in the interim of all of the other issues that you've faced and that you've had going on? How much of that was something that you expected to do? How much of that was what you didn't expect to do? And where did you shock yourself when you thought that you couldn't do something or that you wouldn't be able to get out of a situation? Those times when you look at the past are positive because not only are you picking up context clues and possible repetitive behavior that could save you from being in a bad situation in the current moment, but you're also finding a positive spin on all of your struggles and using it as fuel, basically alchemizing it so that it can turn into what you need it to be in the moment right now to get you through to the next stage of your journey, right? But see, people don't like to listen to things like this sometimes because they just feel like it's irrelevant or it's generic. Like some of y'all like to get in my comments and take all the focus off what I'm saying and talk about my wig and talk about my face and talk about everything the fuck else but what I'm saying. But for those of you who are intelligent, hey y'all, but for those of you who are intelligent and smart, you see the value in what I'm saying and you picking up what I'm throwing down. So to those of you in the comments, let me know in the comments how these videos have been helping you or what times in the past of your life has it helped you to look back to figure out where you're going as you move forward, okay? But that's what I'm saying. It's like, these are the things that we have to remember if we want to continue to evolve and progress. Because as time moves on and as generations pass on, the information becomes lost. Because usually, more than likely, the younger generation doesn't really want to listen or pay attention to what the older generation has to say. And we can make another video about that. But then ultimately, they end up becoming the older generation where they've learned the hard way, how to maneuver life. And then it ends up being a situation where it's been a whole bunch of chaos and nonsense. And me personally, growing up with older elders, my elders were older than the average elder of most of the kids that I grew up with. And being as that was the case, I found that over time, as I've gotten older, a lot of the things that those more seasoned adults in my life did for me was to help me avoid things, and I was still hard-headed and I still didn't want to listen. So maybe that's the curse of humanity. But just keep this in mind when you have a goal that you really want to accomplish. Keep in mind the fact that you can't consistently have your head turned around like an owl hooting and shit on a 360-degree axis to see everything that's going to come at you. A lot of the things that are going to come at you, you're going to feel it before it comes. A lot of the things that are going to come at you, you're going to recognize it because you've been through it. But there are times, even though you may want to look forward, There are times where looking back could definitely benefit you in a positive way. The key is to understand what those benefits are, utilize them as you see fit, and then also not become engulfed in the past situations to the point where you lose yourself or forget where it is that you're going. So I hope that helped you guys. As always, get in the comments again. Let me know what y'all think. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can continue to catch the vibe. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.